What's up, guys? This is Jordan here from Techfez, and as you can see today, our main focus is going to be specifically Star Wars. So we will be getting into Star Wars The Force Awakens teaser trailer, the second one that has been released, Star Wars Rebels Season 2 trailer, some Star Wars Battlefront gameplay, and also a new trailer for the game. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Rogue One, which is a new Disney movie that has been recently announced. We're going to be talking about Batman v Superman vs Superman trailer. We're going to be going into a discussion about that. We're going to be showing some Mortal Kombat gameplay and, talking about what was good about it and what needs, what was good and what was bad about it. And we'll go from there. So today, let me introduce my fellow podcasters.
Hey guys, I'm John117.
And
hey, it's Andrew here.
So, today we're going to be focusing mainly on Star Wars The Force Awakens teaser trailer that was recently announced. I got to say, I absolutely love this trailer. I've seen it, no joke, like 30 times. I'm not kidding. Like, I love it so much. Like, right when I go to bed, I seriously watch it. I love it. I'm like, oh my god, I wish I was in that universe.
I think John's probably sick of all the Star Wars talk, because I think like hours even before the show was started, Jordan and I just talking about everything Star Wars, and I don't know, as with Jordan, I'm really excited about this new trailer. I think they revealed just enough in this teaser. Like, it didn't feel like a teaser.
I felt that they gave us little all, but then they gave us so much to just give us that hook in and go, oh my god, like, I saw trailer, like, people were making fan reactions and all that, and people were crying over that iconic scene of Chewie and Han Solo, on the Millennium Falcon, and Han Solo stating, "Chewie, we're home." Exactly. And it's like, you can see people crying, and like, it was absolutely emotional.
We should have got your reaction for your first watch.
Dude, I watched it 3 times as soon as I saw. I'm like, what the hell just happened? I'm like, I have never been blown away, and I'm like, no, this was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. What did you think about it, John? Like, how many did you watch it a few times?
I did. I've seen it a couple of times now. I'm not a massive fan as you two here. You guys are like, full on nerds about it. But I do love the Star Wars series. It is an amazing series. Just everything about it just brings back the old Star Wars as well. Like, we got Chewie there, who is an iconic hero of Star Wars.
Yeah.
We got Han. We got everybody that we need.
Although I'm quite disappointed that we didn't get one scene of either Leia or Luke, but obviously they're saving that for the big official trailer for the release.
There was the metal hand with R2-D2, which we assume.
Yeah, many people are presuming that is Luke Skywalker, but first of all, we'll start with the first scene on Jakku. That's what the new desert planet's called. So as you can see on this picture, many people were confusing this planet with Tatooine initially. So we'll keep that up for a bit or whatever. And you can see Jakku is pretty much the new planet where the Empire has some control of, and the story is set really. Luke has established the new Republic, and that Jakku is really one planet that is held over the Empire, and that the new Republic is trying to dissolve any Imperial fortifications or colonies or whatnot to restore peace to the galaxy and so on, really. But it looks absolutely amazing. Just this opening scene where we see a crashed Star Destroyer from the previous stories and such, and it really gives us that question, where does this come from? But we'll talk about where it comes from when we get to Battlefront, because we got some spoiler type of things going with that. But I gotta say, what did you think about this one scene?
The first scene, well, I didn't really focus too much on the whole scene. I mean, I was more focused on the whole teaser trailer rather than just an individual scene. But I don't know. I don't feel as captured by the first scene. Like, yeah, it's cool. Okay, there's a Star Destroyer that's crashed. All right, I want to know why, and that I didn't really get that reaction. I was like, oh wow, that's a Star Destroyer that's crashed. But I didn't really have the same reaction to the first scene as obviously you have.
Initial, well, I mean, in my opinion anyway, I find that getting this opening, it means, well, either for the rest of the teaser, knowing that we haven't seen or whatever, we go, okay, either the Empire is still going around or they're completely done. That this is what's left of their empire, really.
Exactly.
What do you think, John?
Well, I thought it was actually quite different how we're actually seeing a Star Destroyer on the ground. Usually you only see them in space, and even though they blow up they're still in space.
Yeah, you do see a lot of debris and such in the in space,
but
and
not as intact as this one here.
Yeah.
So obviously this one has gone. Well, I wouldn't say obviously, but it could have gone for a crash landing and then they've failed it. It could be just an old wreckage from the old Star Wars.
Yeah, previous battle.
Or it could be, as you said before, that this was an Empire-controlled world. Maybe the Republic have taken down this cruiser and trying to take back this world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks absolutely amazing. Just the opening. We'll go on to the next picture, and we'll go over. So we got Darth Vader's helmet.
Melted helmet.
Seeing this helmet and hearing the Darth Vader's breathing and all that over it, just the audio, it really got me emotionally going. Oh my god! Does this raise the question? What is Darth Vader like? Does he maybe make an appearance as a Force ghost or something like that? Is he completely gone and someone's just holding his helmet and reminiscing of the past of the Sith or whatnot?
Yeah, well, I think it doesn't look like, for those that have watched episode 6, it doesn't actually look like his helmet's been it's been taken away from his burnt body that was burnt on Endor at the ending scene. So obviously someone that obviously has a significance to has taken his helmet off of his body and has kept it for this awesome shot. It really.
Well, there's been a lot of suspicion that the news Luke Skywalker is actually holding the helmet himself, keeping as a collector's type of edition, like a collector's thing. Reminiscing over his father and seeing what he maybe doesn't want to become, or maybe what he needs to become, or something like that. Really, it's raised the question: where did this story go with Darth Vader? What has the Empire left behind that needs to be fixed or
exactly
altered?
But I think you would agree, John, that something like that's a perfect piece of iconography, in cinema. You can show a picture of the full helmet, and anyone you go to will know that's Darth Vader. Wouldn't you? You would have to agree, John. Something like that strikes a chord.
See, everything unique to Star Wars is that you can immediately identify it. Anything you see a lightsaber, you go, yeah, that's Star Wars. You see a certain blaster, you go, that's Star Wars. You see a certain character, you go, yeah, that's Star Wars.
Yeah,
really. You hear a noise and you go, yeah, that's R2D2 or whatnot. It's just absolutely empowering. So we'll go on to the next scene. So here we have what appears to be Luke Skywalker and R2D2. Now there's been a lot of questions that it's not Luke Skywalker. However, I would suggest it is, because from the previous pictures, he's doing an audio saying with the Darth Vader helmet, he states that he's the Force is powerful in his family. In the Darth Vader scene previously, he said that his father has it. During this scene, he states that I have it, meaning that I highly believe that this is Luke Skywalker. We see his metal hand, possibly, unless it's a glove that looks like it's metal. Raises the question, does he lose his hand again, and what happens there, really?
Yeah.
Is he on his own? Is he in exile, as it was stated in the canon, or the legends now of the comic books, where he was exiled from the Jedi Order or whatnot? I don't know. What do you think, John?
Well, it could be anything. Mainly, I agree with you. It could be Luke here, but it could be also before we saw the helmet doesn't actually prove Darth Vader's dead, although most likely it is. It could be him trying to reminisce about going back to the light side and what he missed with R2D2, because Anakin or Darth Vader did have a strong connection with R2D2.
Yeah.
So it's highly unlikely, but it could be.
I truly just believe that this is Luke Skywalker, because unlike Anakin or that, Luke Skywalker is really the only one who has a powerful, relationship with R2D2, apart from C-3PO. When in any of the original movies, you see R2D2, you pretty much see Luke with him, whether he's flying his X-Wing or, on the Death Star or whatnot, it just seems like it's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, but they don't really show you heaps there. They just show the hood.
So another, you can talk about this.
So another bit, moving on from the R2, is that obviously this is something that looks like Anakin's lightsaber. So from the obviously the Clone Wars. So it's his lightsaber that he's constructed himself. Now, for those who watched the original trilogy, you would see that Luke Skywalker loses this saber in his first fight with Darth Vader on Bespin. However, obviously you can see here that it's very similar to Anakin's saber.
It either raises the question to me, is this the exact lightsaber that was lost, or is this a new lightsaber that was reconstructed to look like Anakin's saber? Because it's pretty much been stated in the Clone Wars that any lightsaber can be constructed to look like another's lightsaber, really.
Exactly. So hopefully it's just maybe like a smuggler or someone has found it on Bespin, even though it is a gas giant, but we're not too sure. I mean, it's only a teaser trailer. We can't really read too much into this scene as it is.
Well, I mean, even with that previous scene with the lightsaber, there's been a lot of rumors that it's Leia getting the lightsaber for the first time, possibly. As you can see, the person giving her the lightsaber didn't have exactly human hands.
Yeah.
You could really tell that it was of alien difference. So here we got the X-Wing formations. This appears to be Yavin 4. Possibly, if it's any other planets. So what do you think about this scene?
Well, X-Wings, I always love the space battles. Like I said, I'm not as nerdy as you guys, I should say. I don't know these planets off by heart. When I see X-Wings, I think TIE fighters also.
Yeah.
So they could be TIE fighters, they could be doing an assault on a Imperial base, they could be running away from everything.
And
so here we got the Rebel pilot. This would probably be one of the rogue, I presume, one of the like rogue squadron type of things. That Luke later leads or whatnot. But it looks really cool. The helmet itself, I like how they're keeping to the costumes to the original trilogy. Not much has really changed in a way that it's really good. Sometimes change is good, sometimes it's bad, but I think that it looks absolutely amazing. The helmet's got that Rebel Alliance symbol on the top and on the sides, which really gives it that resemblance to the past of what what was in there.
So finally next on is the new lightsaber with the hand guards. So assuming it's being held by the Sith, which the name has escaped me, Jordan.
So in this scene, as we can see, this new Sith, his identity has been named as Kylo Ren. So Kylo Ren is pretty much a male individual it's stated that he lived 30 years after the Battle of Endor. And that he wields a single crossguard lightsaber with two singular blades in a snowy forest. So there's not much being really announced with his character per se, what he is, what his relevance is to the story and all that. But I absolutely love the lightsaber. The crossguard is just amazing with its defensive techniques and its offensive as well. But the Sith, it raises the question that the Sith have actually returned, and especially it's 30 years after the Battle of Endor. We're going to be seeing a lot more different action going on.
So here we go as the two, probably the protagonists in the Force Awakens, running away from an explosion of some sort.
As you can see in the top left corner, you can also see a TIE fighter, which seems to have caused the explosion most likely. Unless they've caused it and the TIE fighters seem to approach to the sound of or whatnot. But this scene focuses, these are the two, pretty much the young protagonists in a way. The female is Daisy, and the African American male is Finn. I think it's been announced that Finn is a Jedi pretty much. So just like Luke, he eventually discovers his Jedi powers at an older age, and that will pretty much attract the Empire and such. We also see BB-8 in the background, which is Andrew kind of knows a bit about.
It is a robot. It's pretty much a robot. It's like
you were saying, you're going into so much detail before saying that it's not a CGI or anything. That it's actually a full-on.
Yeah, it's a physical effect. It's a practical effect, just like R2 was back in the 70s. But we won't go into too much detail as it's pretty boring. So again, is moving on to another face-on photo
with this picture though. Raise the question, that mask, it resembles that of the mask of Darth Revan in the well before the prequel era, possibly around 4,000 years, but that's not officially canon much anymore since the since the new timeline and such. Everything's considered legends, but it raised the question: is this new Sith trying to collect Sith relics and such to make his power more better?
And speaking of new things, I don't know, John, are you a fan of the new design of the stormtroopers? What they look like?
I actually don't like them that much. They They do look like a different unit though, because there were some other scenes in the things where there were normal stormtroopers. So these could be a completely different unit.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus the emblem in the background. I'm not sure is that the same Imperial?
No,
the emblem has seemed to actually have changed, because I remember on the original Empire symbol they had like 6 they just had 6 little like blocks on the internal circle, and now they've got like 30 different triangles or whatnot. It's an entirely new Empire.
I'm also thinking, you can see in the middle there's a black shade, I'll say.
A black figure.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might actually be the Sith himself, and this is the Sith's army instead of the Imperials, and maybe his personal army or personal troopers.
I still believe anyway that this is the Empire. However, new leadership has taken place. Just like in Rebels, the new Inquisitors have come in. This could possibly be an Inquisitor or a Sith that has taken over or whatnot. Yeah, so, this scene. This is Daisy, one of the protagonists in the story. It appears to me on the screen that this looks like it could be possibly a kyber crystal, I believe.
It's a pretty big kyber crystal.
Most kyber crystals are pretty large, and that they could be harvested or whatnot. If you've seen the Rebels episode where they're trying to steal that big kyber crystal shipment, when they shoot the kyber crystal, it explodes, and pretty much it's like a nuclear bomb, pretty much in space. But it makes the question like, so they're really going to focus heavily on the kyber crystals now for the lightsabers. So Jedi can be identified and pretty much given their lightsabers to start training and all that.
So 2 TIE fighters screaming into battle or away from the battle. So
there is smoke there, which could suggest they already attacked and then maybe doing a re-round for another one.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously they still keep the same design from the originals, so nothing really too much has changed there.
Which is good.
Exactly.
In a way, it is good, but however, I feel that the TIE fighters have changed in a way that their design. If you looked at the previous image of the stormtroopers or whatever, you could see some TIE fighters in the background, and their design on the outside have really changed color. Like it's not just it's not like the originals where you just have black fins and then some blue across the outside fins and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's a lot more different, and I think that's what.
Well, it has been 30 years since the last one.
Yeah,
so
that's what I expect. I mean, I'd expect change within the story. I'm fine with that. I understand, like, 30 years is a long time. But for some of the original fans and such, I think that's what they tried to do, is incorporate as much from the previous era as possible to please some
Here
people.
we go. Explosions. Everybody loves explosions. Excitement. Stuff happening.
Well, at least we know something exciting.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. They didn't give you enough action, and if your heart's not pumping now, it will be. So as you can see, we're on board, probably on a ship of some sort.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Do we see some lens flares there?
No.
J.J. Abrams is quite familiar with those.
There may be a little bit.
I feel as though we have some lens flares, really. I do enjoy the live action, the practical effects and such in this. Like, it's a whole new dynamic. George Lucas really focused more on CG, if anything, in the prequels, and now it's going to a whole new live action, especially with these scenes here with, like, Finn. You can see he's got, like, blood on his helmet and such, so obviously he looks terrified or traumatized of what's happened or what's going on and such. It really raises his question if this battle that takes place is what makes him leave the Empire, or is getting hunted by the Empire, or maybe he did something to cause it using the Force.
And I guess this is probably my favorite shot, actually, because the new Star Destroyer, or even if it is a Star Destroyer, it looks completely redesigned to previously, or it's a completely new ship we've seen before.
It looks absolutely awesome. I got to agree with you there. Like, the design just from the top and it looks so much bigger compared to the previous ones, and just looks so much more defensive.
Yeah, exactly. It looks awesome. And here we go. This is another one of my favorites, the Chrome Trooper. Some speculation could be Boba Fett in the upgraded Stormtrooper armor. I doubt it. I think it's just a Chrome Trooper.
I think it's just a high-ranking officer within like the Imperial Army. Like, he's just
maybe a trooper that's been there for a very long time.
Yeah,
survived.
Exactly. So And then there you go.
we got another shot of BB-8, which is the new robot, pretty much.
The arch rival to R2.
Yeah, the arch rival to R2D2 himself. I love his design. How he's just like a spinning droid, pretty much. Like he rolls pretty
around.
much. Everyone's been like calling him a soccer ball and all that, with like rotating wheels or whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like okay then.
So obviously you can see the hand of Daisy being handed out to Finn, obviously to help him out. So obviously some connection will be drawn between the two characters as the movie progresses.
So here we have the downed Star Destroyer on Jakku, as we saw in the opening scene. So we can see the Millennium Falcon going into the engines of the ship, chased by the TIE Fighter.
And and there you go. There's another new redesign is the TIE Fighter pilot's helmet. Looks completely redesigned, and also it has red markings, so similar to what John pointed out with the red banner earlier in the piece. So obviously red and black seem to be.
Well, it could be the Chrome Trooper back again, and it's just the light shining off.
Yeah, exactly. Who knows? And obviously there you go, another inboard shot of the Millennium Falcon flying through the engine.
And here we go. The final iconic scene of Han and Chewie. Where Han Solo says, Chewie, we're home. And it was absolutely amazing.
Exactly. So that's really enough of the Star Wars The Force Awakens. I think that's enough for now. We'll probably pick that up later on when we know probably more news.
Before that, I just want to kind of go over something. So recently for the Star Wars Force Awakens, I've kind of gone ahead and customized my own crossguard lightsaber. Although it's not that efficient in a way, I kind of just wanted to do it. I'm going to be doing a video soon for some practical CGI effects and such. I will be doing a lightsaber effects and all that, so keep an eye on that. But we just kind of wanted to show you how kind of easy it is to make this in a way. I just reused pretty much a double-bladed Darth Maul lightsaber and just made the sides and it was pretty simple. But keep an eye out for Techfez, because I'm going to be doing a short Star Wars video on how awesome this lightsaber is. So yeah.
Alrighty, so moving on, we're going to move into the quick Star Wars Rebels trailer. Well, it's not really quick, it's quite long. And then we'll have a short discussion about that now. So we'll just load up the Rebels trailer for you to overload you with Star Wars news for this week.
It's Star Wars week, man.
Star Wars week.
Things are getting worse just as they did back when I was your age. But back then, there were 10,000 Jedi Knights protecting the galaxy. Now,
there's just you and me.
We rob from the Empire, give to the needy. A noble cause. Yeah.
I'm on my mark.
Gotcha!
Mission accomplished.
Lord Vader.
Yes, Master.
The rebels in the Lothal system. Hunt them down.
As you wish.
Fighter coming in at Mark 3.
We've lost Phoenix 1 and 2.
We will squeeze Lothal until someone reveals the whereabouts of these traitors.
For the good of Lothal, we have to leave. Alright if I tag along?
The more the merrier.
Fighting alongside soldiers isn't what I signed up for.
We are fighting a bigger fight.
We can't just run.
Ezra, we were lucky to survive. The fear, the anger, the hate. I haven't sensed a presence like that since
The Clone Wars.
My name is Rex, Captain, 501st Clone Battalion. I fought with Commander Tano during the Clone Wars. A friend of hers is a friend of mine.
Everyone, hang on!
For those, we are off on an adventure.
Rex, keep those those ties off our back.
Working on it!
Surrender or be destroyed.
I hope you brought a better class of soldier than those stormtroopers.
They'll all be coming now.
I'm not afraid.
That's what worries me.
Your master has deceived you into believing you can become a Jedi.
So as you can see, the Rebels trailer is absolutely amazing. It's really brought it this. Absolutely looks fantastic. So we'll be getting Star Wars Rebels Season 2 very shortly. It will be coming very soon. And what do you think?
I'm happy about it.
Yeah,
and like that's like a couple of words, but I watched season 1 and I didn't enjoy it at all. I just didn't. I don't know. It just
connect
didn't.
with
Yeah,
it
it didn't
Rebels
capture.
fan.
Huh?
Not really a Rebels.
Well, not from season 1 at all. Like towards the end, I was, but now I think seeing it, the season 2 trailer, I think I'm more going to be engrossed. I think there's a lot more action, which is what I like in my Star Wars films, is to be action packed and things happening, and I like it because it keeps pace. It doesn't make it boring. No one wants to listen to politics and people talking about how to do
Pretty
something.
much everything in the prequel era, but like trade negotiations.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Everything going on.
But that's what about you, John? Like I know you're a Rebels fan.
I've actually preferred Rebels rather than the Clone Wars. I know you love both of them.
I love both of them. I do.
You love any of them, but I got more attached to Rebels maybe because it was I love the cartoons like Regular Show or Adventure Time. I love those types, and they just brought it in while Rebels was coming in, and it was something I watched, something I liked. As with Clone Wars, I've watched a lot of episodes of Clone Wars, but I haven't got as much attached into it. But it seems like they're gonna, get Clone Wars and Rebels together, seeing as we got Captain Rex there, who looks pretty old and buff there.
Yeah,
I gotta say, if you're a Clone Wars fan, you pretty much should love Rebels. I mean, in season 2, we're getting so much characters that we loved in the Clone Wars. So we're getting Captain Rex, possibly Commander Wolf and Echo, Ahsoka Tano, Hondo Okinawa, all the great casts pretty much from the Clone Wars, and they were like really. If you could have favorite characters, those would be my favorites.
Yeah,
really.
I'd have to agree.
Like there is no those were the best clone troopers. Ahsoka was absolutely amazing. I just loved how they brought in Anakin's apprentice. I think they just had to do that. Now that Anakin's turned, into Darth Vader, we've got to see where that's going to be heading. The former apprentice versus the former master, and
exactly.
his former captain and all that.
Yeah. So as we just saw the trailer, that was really long. The trailer really gave you a lot. We're gonna move on to Star Wars Battlefront. Obviously, EA and DICE, they've done an amazing job with this. The trailer for the new Star Wars Battlefront, which will release on November 19th of this year, which comes before the movie, which I think all three of us were shocked
I was shocked as hell, because I'm like, hang on, I was reading that there would be a lot of Star Wars Force Awakens DLC from its release. I was surprised that we're getting it this early, really. Like, I thought it would be tying up like 1 week before the movie or such, because apparently it has Battlefront has a real big tie-in with the Force Awakens movie and all that.
It could be like, because this is DICE making it, I would expect they'll do 4 DLCs as DICE do.
Yeah.
And I reckon those 4 DLCs will coincide with the Force Awakens and maybe other Star Wars movies coming out.
You would assume that the first one would most likely come in like the release date of the movie, something like it'll be something to commemorate, obviously.
Speaking of this game, I'm looking extremely forward to it. I was a massive fan of Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2. They were amazing games as well when I was littler.
Yeah, exactly.
And this one, it doesn't look like I'm going to be disappointed. The graphics are amazing.
In a way, look, I hate to be a hypocrite. I love the game. Seriously, I was actually playing for the past 2 nights, because I'm just so psyched for it. I have a fear that DICE might not live up to our expectations as fans. There's been a lot of rumors and such that there won't be much space combat from the previous Battlefronts, and it just raised the question. I have faith that they will do it right, but when I'm hearing all these rumors, I go, "Ooh, I don't know if what they're doing is exactly what I really want."
Thankfully, rumors are just rumors, but I actually think different. I think that they will do an excellent job because DICE are doing it.
Yeah.
DICE are mainly known for Battlefield, and Battlefield is a wide-scale game where we use aeroplanes, helicopters, tanks, vehicles, first-person shooter battles.
Hopefully we'll be getting like Levolution and stuff, like where environments will change. Like on Hoth, we might get a an avalanche or something like that. On Endor, trees might fall onto a walker, or you might hit a tree or something with your speeder.
I believe will happen mainly because of DICE's history of Battlefield.
Yeah.
For Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 3. Like, they've just done an excellent job with those games, and I have complete faith that they can do this to the best of their ability.
I have no doubt that they will do an excellent job, because I can pretty much imagine Battlefield 4, but as Battlefront, so we'll be flying like Y-Wings and X-Wings and such, and just like, piloting speeder bikes and AT-ATs and insane vehicles that we've loved from the Star Wars franchise itself.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we have a little bit of gameplay from Battlefront 2, just to show about when we're talking about. I mean, there's just so many things I love about Battlefront, and it's like I love playing as the. It was established in the second game where you could play as a hero. Yeah,
so when you got a special, when you got like a kill streak or done something awesome, you could have the choice to play as a hero. Like Luke's, every level had a unique hero. So as an example for Hoth, if you're playing as the Rebels, you could play as Luke Skywalker. If you were playing as Empire, you could play as Darth Vader.
I do believe by the looks of it, it looked like they were going to bring that back.
Yeah.
We had a glimpse of Darth Vader there, and
that's why that really stoked me. And I'm like, hang on, wait, so we will be getting to play as heroes, considering that they show Darth Vader. I'm like, oh, okay then.
Which will be very interesting on how they do that. But so it's kind of interesting to see how DICE are going to produce this Battlefront.
Going actually back to the heroes thing, because I remember playing like Battlefront 2, and like it always used to be, the leader was like whoever had the most points like on the team was given the option to play as the hero. But I'm thinking now with how the community is now, there's going to be I've got a feeling there'll be a lot of killing, like just team killing. You're Darth Vader, or you're this hero, I want to play him, so I'm going to team kill you intentionally. If there's going to be
it could be like a kill streak sort of thing, I suppose. Call of Duty. You could get 10 kill streak. You're Darth Vader.
I'm gonna say, does it beg the question? Would you be disappointed, say, if everyone had a kill streak that everyone could play as a Jedi on the field? Like, if you got a 10 kill streak or whatever, you could play as Luke Skywalker, and two of your other teammates who got kill streaks could play as like Luke Skywalker also.
No, I think they should. I don't think they should have like multiple heroes per level. Like, obviously maybe one per side, but I don't think like 3 people can play as the same hero.
I would love to see, like in Battlefront 2 here, you can only have one per side.
Yes, that's correct.
Which would, again, kind of annoy people, you're the hero. I wouldn't mind actually seeing 3 different heroes.
As you can see, there's a hero and Sean just got
what if they do like a token type of thing, like for each level, like you have a certain amount of points and you can buy a hero maybe?
Yeah, it's DICE DLCs, you pay $9.99 and you get to unlock.
Yeah, well, hopefully they won't be doing stuff like that where you have to actually pay for just characters and such.
I don't think DICE would be that bad.
Not DICE, maybe Call of Duty.
Yeah, but anyway, moving on from Battlefront, we're going to go into a little bit of Rogue One. There's not much information about it.
There's not really much information that's surfaced about this, seeing as how it's only just really been revealed. There was a small teaser. We can't really show you because it's like really hard to come by. Yeah. But from the teaser, it looked really good. So in the teaser, we could see a TIE fighter, coming up from what appears to be maybe Alderaan or Yavin, and it's just flying up into the sky, and then from the sky, the Death Star just emerges. It looks absolutely amazing. I mean, you hear Alec Guinness's audio from the original Star Wars when he says, for over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice and the galaxy before the dark times. and then that's where it cuts. He doesn't say before the Empire, and it just shows the Death Star. It's just that's
it. That's pretty much all we're given.
Yeah.
So Rogue One, is it?
Rogue
prequel before episode 1, 2, 3.
No. It's before. It's in between episode 3 and 4.
So it's pretty much how the Rebels acquired the plans for the Death Star.
So like a pre-sequel.
That's pre-sequel.
But it is so the title is it's Star Wars Rogue One Anthology. So it's pretty much going to be a collection of movies, I think, that will just lead up to, you know, the significant event of how the Death Star was, you know, destroyed, or
who knows. We assume that this one is like the middle. It's like a kind of a bridge between 3 and 4.
There has been like a couple of pictures that have leaked that, you know, show a Rebel strike force attempting to like attack this facility, or it looks really cool. Like I'm kind of sketchy about the idea of a pre-sequel.
Yeah.
Something that's not really that relevant, acquiring the Death Star plans. But then if it's a full like action movie, possibly with Jedi from maybe Rebels, like Kanan and Ezra,
who knows?
Who knows where it leads? That's what I love about the new animated films, that these characters could make it into the live action movies.
Yeah. So again, we're going to throw in with another trailer. This time from DC Comics, we have the Batman vs Superman trailer. So we're going to move into that right away.
Yeah.
So here we go. We actually don't have that trailer for you, unfortunately. We'll just talk about it, I guess.
Quickly talking about it a bit. I'm absolutely psyched for this movie. I've been waiting months for this because there has been so many rumors that has been, it was going to be leaked on the Super Bowl, on TV, everywhere. There's been so much rumors. I kept it up to date every day, like pretty much every day. And then on the day of the Force Awakens trailer release, Batman vs Superman trailer was leaked. And it looks absolutely amazing.
Who do you think would win, Jordan? Batman or Superman?
Personally, it matters on the circumstances, but honestly, in this fight, I would suggest that Batman would have a better advantage. Even though Superman does have his powers, I think Batman has the strength and equipment to handle Superman. And
it is the Superman from Man of Steel.
Yeah.
So Superman has been pretty much increased in strength.
Yeah.
He's not as strong.
He's not as strong as what he would be in the predecessor movies and such.
So I suppose it does rank. Batman could actually win this time.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be a tough fight for him.
Yeah. Well, we got some really big casts for this. So we got Henry Cavill reprising his role as Man of Steel or Superman. We got Ben Affleck,
the new Batman,
portraying Batman or Bruce Wayne.
So there was a lot of skepticism.
Yeah, there was a lot of skepticism about Ben Affleck's ability to portray this role due to his his previous experience with superhero movies such as Daredevil. But personally, I don't hold this against him. I haven't seen the movie because I don't want that to affect the way I see him in the movie.
Well, no one's seen this movie yet, Jordan. You're talking about
Daredevil. I don't want to see that too. I don't want to have that affect the way I see this movie. I think he's a great actor. I love his films, Argo, Gone Girl, and all that. He's absolutely amazing. We got Jesse Eisenberg portraying Lex Luthor. Now I know that you kind of have an opinion of him.
I don't think the show's not long enough to go into that. I think we should. I don't know. Yeah, the show's not long enough to go into.
Well, we do have enough time to say, who do you think will win, Andrew?
Andrew's idea is just.
They're both gone. Out of Batman vs Superman, I don't know. Really, I'm just gonna sit on the fence and just say I don't know.
You just want to watch.
I just want to watch the movie. I just want to have a good time, and that's why I'm on this show. And I just want to have a good time. So I don't want to pick sides here.
It'll be coming out around 2016. We just got Wonder Woman and Aquaman will be making a cameo in the movie. It's been rumored and pretty much confirmed.
They'll probably be the ones to stop the fight. And
I think that will lead up to a Justice League movie. Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice will be coming out around 2016. So now we're going to jump into some Mortal Kombat X, gameplay.
Finally.
Millions of years ago, Shinnok, one of the Elder Gods, turned on his fellow deities and invaded the Earth Realm.
Is this the trailer?
Raiden and the Elder Gods stopped Shinnok, locked him up in the Nether Realm. others followed in Shinnok's footsteps, like Outworld's Emperor Shao Kahn, who was obsessed with conquering Earthrealm. So Raiden convinced the Elder Gods to enact the Mortal Kombat tournament as a way to even the odds, give Earthrealm a chance. For generations, Shao Kahn followed the Elder Gods' rules. The war moved to the arena, where he sent his toughest fighters to challenge Raiden's greatest defenders in Mortal Kombat. 2 years ago, we beat him. But Shao Kahn wasn't ready to lose. He violated the rules of Mortal Kombat and invaded Earthrealm. Most of Earth's defenders, our friends, were killed, turned into evil undead warriors. Despite the odds, we stopped Shao Kahn's invasion. As punishment, the Elder Gods destroyed him. We thought the long nightmare was over, but it turns out that Shinnok had been manipulating events. Shao Kahn's invasion, his death. All part of Shinnok's plan to escape the Netherrealm and resume his war on the Elder Gods.
For Mortal Kombat.
This game is brutal, so I'm not sure. I haven't seen I know what you guys have done with this, so I'm not sure how much like blood and that is in this game, but it is not for kids.
No,
no
it's
way.
Definitely not.
I'm gonna say it is.
It
is actually really gruesome. Like Andrew was telling me the other day, he's like, "Oh, you might not like this game." I'm like, "Oh, I played some fighting games like Injustice and Soul Calibur and all that, and those were pretty good." But then when I played an online match, I got my throat ripped out of my
So look at that. Look at that. Like that's just a beheading.
That wasn't that gruesome, that part, but when I got my throat ripped out, I felt like I was going to throw up. Seriously.
Yes.
It looks so disgusting.
So the Mortal Kombat. This franchise is. It's huge.
People love this game.
Yeah.
And you can see why when playing it. It's another fighter, like you said, so Injustice, Dead or Alive, Tekken.
Yeah.
So for it's pretty much the same as that, and so for more gruesome,
it's better.
They get more into it, and people, I know, like Andrew, Jordan, you said you played online. I remember playing online in the previous ones, and as soon as we started online, I would not touch the ground because the opposing person knew every single combo.
Yeah.
That's just what this game is.
Yeah, so pretty much we're just opening in the first chapter here. I'm just going to start with probably the thing I like the least is that the fact that it is a lot of cutscenes. Like
I find that with fighting games personally as well, like as well as Injustice, most of the game is consisted of cutscenes.
Yeah.
I don't actually mind during these type of fighting games.
Yeah.
It more brings you into the story instead of just having fight after fight after fight and then being
it is true, but like as you will see, surely as this kind of cutscene gameplay thing progresses, you actually do get to do certain things during the cutscenes too. I guess so you feel like, oh god, that's gruesome. So you feel like you're actually active in the game. You're not just sitting there, control it on the desk.
Just the pilot just got killed.
Well,
not doing anything about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, I like the game itself. So when you start off, you get 5 factions. For the life of me, I can't really remember much. In this gameplay, anyway, we're fighting as special forces. It's when you do your faction, you get faction points for completing missions and playing online, and that goes to a world leaderboard. Currently, the Lin Kuei faction is pretty much the most popular at the moment. It's got like 46%, while
the special
forces got like 5%. I went special forces because the description of it was awesome. and the characters are pretty good also.
So the first three characters you see actually fighting is Johnny Cage, which was the Playboy guy, as you can kind of see on his back at the moment. Kenshi, which is a blind kind of ninja. There we go. We got Sub-Zero as well, and obviously the other guy was Scorpion. So we got pretty much two classic Mortal Kombat characters that everybody can remember.
Choose a different faction. So you said this is Special Ops, I believe?
Yeah.
So let's say I chose a different faction. Would I have a different cutscene here?
I don't know because I've chosen Special Forces as well. So I don't.
presume that each faction would have their own campaign. As you can see, we're fighting as Johnny Cage, who was Special Forces member. Like you can see, we got, I think it's Cassie Cage, I believe. Yeah. So I mean, you all have different characters and such. But they all seem to connect in a way.
I know with playing it further, like I'm almost ended, I know that you do get to play as all the different characters as the story commences. So to answer your question, John, if when you choose a faction and you choose something other than, is the cutscene different? I'm going to say probably not. I say, as I said, you get to play all the characters.
The faction is just mainly your choice, what you prefer.
It's who you represent online. So like you kind of like there's certain things, special abilities that a faction gives you. So like I don't know, fatalities, they give you special fatalities due to your faction. So I think that's about it. Like I don't know, I haven't really.
Is there a lot more fatalities? I should say.
Fatality, yeah. Like they.
Fatalities.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
There's like obviously there's the pretty much basic ones that everyone should know how to use, but then there's like hidden ones as well, which I think you have to unlock with just like fighting or just like I'm not entirely sure how to unlock them. So as you can see, this is actually what the gameplay looks like. Very classic Mortal Kombat.
Very smooth.
Yeah, and you can see that obviously we don't look too much into the graphics with a fighting game, but it looks really crisp.
It's very smooth as well with the fighting and the blood. Like it's not, the blood is perfect when you hit the enemy. It's not straight, after.
Yeah.
It's hit, blood, fire, hit.
Exactly.
Like, it's very fast, very, I suppose, beautiful. Especially the background.
Exactly. So there you go. That's round one. You did quite well there, John, and won. But
damn right I do.
But
fatality.
No fatalities. Unfortunately, you can only do them in the like a normal 1v1 against like a bot.
I see that car there glowing. Does that mean you can just jump off it like Scorpion did there?
Yeah.
Kick him onto it.
Yeah. No. So as you can see, there's glowing interactions with each level. So you can actually interact with the level in different ways. So I think if the level scrolls across in different ways, there's different interactions. Like
so it's very. I suppose Injustice they did it's pretty much the same thing. So
they have like a lot of in-game environmental like different ways you can interact with them. I suppose like you could throw if you got rammed by a car, you could go halfway across.
So sorry, just to interrupt you there, Jordan. So what you just saw there, Scorpion is an X-ray move. It's not quite like a fatality, but obviously it does tons of damage to a player or an opponent in this case, and can obviously result in your demise.
Or he did just like break his neck 3 times.
Yeah.
Still end up standing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit, it's a fighting game. I mean, who cares? It's not meant to be.
As long as it's fun.
Yeah, blood and gore, like that's all you need, and that's what Mortal Kombat really is known for.
Hey, John, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, it's very difficult, especially for a beginner, if you don't know any combo moves from the previous Mortal Kombats or anything. Really. It's really annoying. Like as you can see, this was chapter 1. This was pretty much my first fight, and I'm like, I can only use the Y, X, and A and B buttons. That's pretty much what I was doing, as well as ducking.
That's pretty much all you like. It's just the directional, like the thumbstick and like the obviously the key buttons on the controller. But the learning curve is high. Like it's not very easy to pick up and be proficient at unless you're very lucky to pick it up and just be a god at it. But I know I certainly wasn't. When I first played it, I was like, oh, what do I do? How do I be good at video games?
Sometimes I just don't have the patience for fighting games in a way. Like I started to get really like ticked off with this game. I'm like, oh look, it's really fun, but I hate I'm getting destroyed by these enemies, and all I can really do is press X and Y and all that, and not really do any big moves.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not really an easy game, I should say. Mortal Kombat has always been known as a hard game.
Yeah, it's not for the not a beginner. It's not a beginner friendly game. In any sort of way.
Multiplayer friendly, like the online community is brutal with this game.
Yeah,
they will have no mercy.
That's
for you.
not just Mortal Kombat X, but like all Mortal Kombats. Like if you're bad, like the online will just multiplayer will just punish you. Like it's not a game that after you've had a stressful day you should pick up and play. Like I'm just gonna say, don't.
Even in your happy mood, you can really turn angry.
I don't know. It's good maybe to blow off some steam, but I wouldn't suggest playing it when you're really angry, because if you're especially if you're a new player, you don't want to. Yeah.
If you rage at Call of Duty, don't play this.
Don't play this at all. So I know, John, you haven't actually fully had a chance to play it, and we will.
I haven't got around to playing it though. I will be playing it very shortly.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these fighting games. I'm more of a third or first person shooter type. I'm very good at stealth games, but these type of games where you fight, I'm not very good at.
Oh well. Don't worry, John, you'll learn very quickly what it's like.
I'll just verse you and see how we go.
We'll see how we go.
Sometimes when I got like a really good combo or something, like just about to I got a finishing move or whatever, it seems so cool. I'm like, yes, I actually done a combo
did it
move.
good.
I'm like, oh, okay, how did I actually do that?
Yeah, it's a lot.
I try to retract all my moves. I go, okay, left trigger, right trigger, X, down, the duck.
Sorry, just a question. I've noticed down at the bottom right, we're seeing like little tab bars.
So, alright, so they're pretty much like the meter bar. I think each level of the meter has a certain. It does something different.
It's more of I think it's more of a power up type of thing. Like the more hits and you get, you charge up your ability to a certain extent. You have three. I think you have like 3 abilities you can use.
I think so. Because it works backwards from how you would think. So instead of you doing damage and it building up, it's actually you taking damage. So the more damage you take, the faster it will fill up, but obviously the more damage you take, you risk losing, and being killed. So I know that, each bar has a certain interaction. I haven't fully understood it completely yet. I'm just more interested in the fighting moves, and I just know the basic.
Take them down and rip off their scalp.
Yeah, exactly. The basic combos and stuff, they're not too hard to learn. Something like that. The good old X8 combo is just a standard grab, and you
was that, Jordan? Were you dancing there?
Yeah, I loved it. I was taunting my enemy, and then it took me 6 tries to complete this fight here. I got so angry, I was seriously considering snapping the disc. I was about to have a rage moment. I'm like,
and you don't even rage at Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I don't rage at Call of Duty really.
Well, this game is a very frustrating thing. Anyway, that's the new Mortal Kombat X. It's available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. We've got a few new games that are coming out. John, would you like to go into what new games we have?
So, coming out soonish, we got Witcher 3. Which I'm very excited for. Witcher 3 is pretty much a medieval game based on a fantasy creature, the Witcher. Now, the Witcher was created by witches to slay monsters. Now, you are one surviving of your race left. There's maybe a few of you left, but you're the last known one. Mm-hmm. And pretty much in this one, it looks like something of your past has come up again, because in the second one, your past comes up and you go on a quest to find out what happened. So in this one, it looks like it's happened again, except for the King's Arcs for you. So now you're going to find this versus wild beast, which not easy. It's not a very easy game, I suppose. Okay. And you just go on quests, kill monsters, find enemies, and do your normal quest stuff.
Awesome. So that looks like it's out May the 17th. And then next we have Batman Arkham Knight. Jordan, Batman fan, you can
I absolutely love Batman. The Batman franchise is absolutely amazing, especially with their games. There's been so far 3 games, so they've had Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. This will be the 4th installment of the franchise, so this is Batman Arkham Knight. It will be coming out June 24, although it has been
that's 29, man.
24 actually. Sorry.
Oh, is it 24?
Yeah, June 24. It's it was originally for a May release until it was actually delayed even further due to probably some technical difficulties and such. But so hopefully if it's not delayed also, it will be coming out June 24. Absolutely amazing. It's a free roam game. This time in Gotham, you will be able to drive the Batmobile around the city and do everything you previously could in the other Batman games.
I just hope there's an achievement called no.
Alright, so
that would just, if they had that, then 10 out of 10.
Most achievements nowadays on Xbox and all that, they have some significance to like a movie or just
something comical.
Something.
Yeah. So I know, keeping with the theme of our games coming out or announced, we've got the Elder Scrolls series, Elder Scrolls Online, which I'm not excited for because it's been delayed considerably.
And the fact that it's already out on PC.
It's already out. The fact that they want to keep going and say, yeah, it's going to be really good.
It's not. It came out on PC and the servers on PC were so laggy, no one could play it, and it was just so glitchy that they had to fix it for the consoles because we were paying to be able to play this game.
Well, you have to play it on PC as well.
PC don't really need a high graphics performance in a way, like compared to the Xbox One.
It wasn't the graphics; it was just the game itself was very.
The servers it ran on were really, really bad.
Apparently, they fixed all those problems. We now don't have to pay to play. So because you got Xbox Live.
I heard that was really some controversy with the game itself, that people actually had to pay to play, and
they actually changed it. If you'd ordered it beforehand or something, like they gave it like a certain part of it to you for free or something. They did something to like, oh, sorry that the game was wrecked when we announced it to you and gave it out. Here's reparations, please buy our game again when we fixed it on your console. But that's the new Elder Scrolls that comes out June, July of this year. And then the only other release we have is Project Cars, which was again delayed to a later May.
It was never really given an official release date per se.
It was meant to be early 2015, and it's coming out May the 7th now. I'm really excited for this game. I like racing games, and I think a side-by-side comparison of an in-game shot, like from a car, and a real-world shot, and they're really close. Like the HD quality, probably 4K, is like it's so close to realistic. I mean, you could get lost in a game like
Honestly,
Project Cars.
I don't know anything about Project Cars. I don't know if there's any gameplay available on the internet or released by the company itself.
I think there's just trailers,
but
probably.
I haven't seen anything to like get me hooked on it. I mean, it looks good. I mean, Project Cars. I do like some race car games from time to time, but I don't know. Unless I see some gameplay and maybe a story or something like that, whether it's going to be like a racing car like Formula 1, or if it's just going to be like the crew type of thing where you drive around, free roam.
I love the crew.
I know it could be like a drive club. I mean, it could be something like that. I mean, racing games, car games these days can be.
Forza was absolutely amazing for the Xbox One.
Yeah, well,
new graphics on it was absolutely.
Yeah.
Another game that's also been announced is Deus Ex. I can't remember what the announcement is, but it's pretty much going to be the third Deus Ex in the series.
Is that Revolution, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. Went to the shops today and I saw that there was some pre-ordering and stuff going on.
Deus Ex, that I was a massive fan of the one on 360. I can't even remember.
Was it Timeline?
No,
too long ago.
Yeah, too long ago. Anyway, we'll be going back to that just to look forward for this Deus Ex because it does look amazing. It's pretty much one person in a future where he's got what do you call it? He's pretty much a cyborg because of an accident.
Yeah.
And this gives him powers of stealth, extra armor, and all this stuff.
Exactly.
Sounds like a DC movie.
Another game for PlayStation fans is also One Piece has been announced. So the movie One Piece when we were kids.
It's like an anime.
Yeah.
God.
You know where pirates shoot each other. It was my favourite TV show.
God,
that out for PlayStation
not
fans.
Anime.
That's coming out.
That gives me flashbacks to like 7 years ago or something like that.
Not anime. Anime games. Anime games aren't the best.
I never really got too hooked on that. I mean, I watched it when it was on TV and which was very frequent, but I never got hooked on it. I used to love watching Pokemon and Star Wars and all that. I loved it.
And as usual, a Pokemon game is probably going to be coming out.
But anyway, I guess do we have any? And I guess the only game releases I think for this week or for the week gone by is
new game sales coming out actually really soon.
No, I was more referring to the ones that are out now. now. So like I think for this week we've had Mortal Kombat X, Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC. Haven't had a chance to play that yet. It's I don't know. It's like seven discs if you order the physical copy. Is there any other new game releases that you guys can think of?
Bloodborne came out recently.
Yeah.
That was an alright game.
Very similar to Dark Souls game, but it's also very beautiful.
The
very
same
violent.
people.
Yeah, it seemed very dark to me.
Yeah, it is.
Like that's a problem. Like sometimes when the game, I just like I like some lighting and stuff. Like Halo 5, not Halo 5, Halo 4. Like, you know, I don't really like dark environments per se because it like
you're scared of the dark.
Yeah, sometimes I am. Sometimes I try to avoid.
No.
I try to avoid horror movies and such because I prefer sticking to the comedy / action. You know.
Yeah.
Also been announced as the next Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Yes.
Andrew, you're expecting.
I said, like I've said with Call of Duty guys before, we've made this. People are going to play the zombies for a month and a half, and then they're just going to stop playing it. It's going to happen. It'll happen, and then the new DLC will come out.
I disagree. Frankly, Black Ops has been my favourite Call of Duty series. I'm not a big fan of Modern Warfare. Although that was an amazing Call of Duty series, I'm not as much fan of Black Ops. Now, Black Ops 3, its zombies was the best. I still play Black Ops 2 zombies, especially Origins DLC one with the lightning stuff, the ice stuff. They were amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they bring back those maps, or they do some amazing maps just like that.
Yeah, so hopefully we get probably when E3 comes around, which is when the next load of major information like this will come out.
Speaking of Black Ops, I remember I was actually the other day the title itself, Black Ops 3, was confirmed or whatnot. I was doing a news segment, and so we'll be getting a world reveal of that on the 27th of April. So probably expect a trailer and gameplay possibly
next week.
Less than a week really. It's very close.
I love how people give announcements for announcements. We're going to announce that we're going to announce that this is coming out.
We're going to announce that our next show is an announcement. An announcement of an announcement.
We're going to announce that our next show.
Yes, we're going to announce our next show.
What we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's enough here from the team here at Techfez.
Also quickly, Dead Island 2 has also been delayed as well. We should be getting that around September now. So it was originally designed. It was meant to be around this time in April / May that we would be getting it. But now it's also been pushed back to September. But
which is disappointing.
Stay faithful.
There's
a lot of rumors and such that the new Unreal Engine 4 will support up to 8 players in one game and some insane in-game stuff.
Something's just come to my head here. Speaking of new games that's come out today, Killing Floor 2 has been released today. I have to go. Yeah,
and you didn't tell us?
I didn't tell. It just came to me right now, and that's come out today. A couple hours ago.
We'll try to get that on because
we definitely need to get that on.
Especially you and me. We're big fans of the first Killing Floor, so this second one.
Time for some co-op.
Where's Mitch when we need him?
That's it for today, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to Techfez for more tech gaming entertainment videos in the future. This is Jordan signing off.